Coach, what do you think this win speaks to the resilience of this team? We just heard Cooper talking about it, but just in your mind, what would you put the words on what tonight means for this team and how this will impact the season moving forward?
Well, we've talked a lot about, the talent from the neck down versus talent from the neck up, right? And this very room that we're all sitting in is a very important piece of real estate, because this is where that belief and that sense, truly that sense of team and a winning culture is built right here in this classroom. And so, we just have this fight and this resiliency. We just truly believe, just from our training and just the way we prepare, that we are never out of the fight. And so it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it, especially do it from a deficit like we were down 6 runs in the 8th. But it's just a credit to the belief system that you're starting to see that's kind of infiltrating their minds, and then they get a little bit more confidence each time that we have this type of comeback, or just a gritty type of a win where we have to battle. But it's all connected. It's connected to this room, to on the field, to their mindset, their confidence, and a win like this just does so much for the confidence of the group, and just knowing that they can always come back. But the reality is all that's great. We need to play better in the beginning of the game. Had we played better and done a better job scoring runs early, we might not have been in that position. That's a very good offensive team over there. You can't throw pitches down the middle. They're going to hit them out. So there's some adjustments we need to make. I mean, we all feel good because it was a walk-off, but we also need to learn. Lucky we can learn and make the adjustments in a victory instead of how we would feel after a loss. So just happy that our guys were able to pull it off. That's a magical comeback type win, something that's going to pay dividends in the future. But we got a big challenge ahead tomorrow. We got a doubleheader, and it's going to take their best concentration and their best focus to be able to respond and come right back tomorrow.
Blake Wright was missing there at third base. Any update on when he could return?
I think he'll be back tomorrow. He had one of those. He's been a little bit of a 24-hour flu going through the guys, a few of them. So he, I think he had a stomach bug and got sent home with hopefully just something that'll be right through him and get back out there tomorrow. But yeah, he wasn't feeling well today.
You mentioned the depth of this bullpen to be able to get quick innings out of be able to crawl back into this game. What does that say about the strength of this team and how things are going moving forward?
Well, we're figuring it out. I mean, that's the pitching is. I do think we have some really quality arms, and I think I love our mindset and our philosophy of attacking the zone. We have one of the most talented and brightest pitching coaches in the country. And it's just putting the guys in the roles where they're going to have success to help the team win. And so that's been this figuring it out period, and it usually takes the entire non-conference slate to kind of start to figure out who goes where and what roles. But the good news for us, the positive in some of the injuries that we've had, is we've gotten a lot of younger guys some experience. But we've also played a very challenging schedule at the same time. We have not played a schedule where we are, we're going up against some postseason caliber teams every single weekend now. So, the margin is smaller, and so the figuring it out period has to be a little bit quicker. But we do have some very quality bullpen pieces and quality arms on this pitching staff, and when we are firing on all cylinders with all guys back, I think it'll be one of the true strengths of this team. But we are piecing it together, and we're going to have to piece it together tomorrow too. So we got 18 innings to play in one day, but so do they. And so it may be, who knows, maybe a pitcher's duel, maybe a slugfest like tonight, but like our mentality. I like the way our mentality is starting to show up. Thought just the response from losing the big, tough, emotional weekend this past weekend against South Carolina. Our guys have showed up every day to play, and it looks right, feels right, and a comeback like tonight, really anchors a lot of our training in, and that believability that this is going to be a championship program.
Coach, talk about the strength of the top third of your lineup tonight, coming away, I think, with 11 for 14 at the plate. Just really being able to come up with hits when it meant.
Yeah, well, I mean, Cam Canarella's been doing it all year. He's one quality at bat after the next, and just is an unbelievable. Like Cooper Ingle said, he's elite bat to ball skills. Just goes line to line, puts the barrel on it, hits it hard. Just has a knack for that. It's maybe one of the best that I've seen, especially for a freshman. Cooper Ingle is known as just a very talented hitter. I mean, his bat is a wand and a weapon at the same time. I mean, he can hit the long ball, and he can see that there's a shift and hit it through the shift. I mean, he's a true throwback player, of one of those guys that, you know, can manipulate the barrel and hit the ball where he wants to. Guys just can't do that anymore. They take their Twitter swing and they swing in the same spot every time. Cooper Ingle and Cam Cannarella can manipulate the barrel to hit the ball over there, and get up, down, doesn't matter. And it's just like a nostalgic feeling for all of us, you know, baseball players that played years and years ago, to see guys still be able to do that. So to have those two guys at the top, you know, that looks and feels right. Those two guys setting the table. And then Willie Taylor is just, you know, he's really starting to come on and come on strong. And, you know, he's a guy, the more baseball he plays, the better he gets. And he's, you know, he didn't, obviously for obvious reasons, he's here to play football too. And but I think the more he plays, the better he gets. And took some good swings tonight, found his way on base, and he has a knack for getting on base. He takes his walks, and that's something we want from our guys at the top of the order. Got to get on base. So we're still finding that right combination as well. But those guys at the top tonight just did a fantastic job putting us in a position to at least score some runs, even though we didn't score as many as we would have liked to early.